Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Let's Play with me, Sonic Yoda from SEGADriven, and
me, Titanscreed from Project Phoenix Productions.
And we're going back to some more Disney-type action. We played World of Illusion before, and now we're playing the game that precedes it. This is Castle of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. And yeah, this should be quite a nice little romp, because I've played this game quite a lot. Very early Mega Drive title, I think, what was it, 1990?
1990,
yeah.
I've played this, I think, once or twice.
Okay.
I think, rented it
Yep.
as a child. And
yeah, it's just one of those things. It's nice. It's a very simple, very early platformer. It's quite slow paced in comparison to a lot of things.
this is also one of the things I never really understood, is that he was at the castle, and yet he goes to the door, which takes him to go to a place to get to the castle.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange thing. It's essentially, he is collecting, I think they're like rainbow gems in each of the stages, which allow him to access the main room of the top of the castle, because at the moment it's inaccessible. So that's why we're going to these random worlds to go and get things.
Also, that is a terrible Mickey Mouse sprite.
I'm not too bothered by it, to be honest with you, but maybe it's just because I'm used to it. But yeah,
I'm obviously just comparing it because we played.
It is a little bit dead-eyed, it's got to be said, like in comparison to the World of Illusion one. But yeah, so the main mode of attack in this is by bombing things.
Marrying your way through.
But you can't just, you have to actually activate the sitting in the air. You press
Oh, really?
up again. Because if you don't, you will just take damage doing that. So yeah, you have to be, it is an attack essentially. You can also throw those items I'm picking up.
The apples.
Yeah. So they change per stage essentially.
I was wondering about that because for some reason they've given the witch from Snow White a name.
Yeah.
For the start, they've called her Mizrabel.
Mizrabel, that's it.
And you're picking up apples, which I'm sure she would have dropped, and they would have been poisonous anyway. So, oh, there's a giant one.
Yeah. That used to terrify the absolute shit out of me as a kid because like the music changes there and it gets really intense. And yeah, as a small child, you can imagine like, oh, lovely, colourful little jaunts through the forest, and then all of a sudden, death is coming. I
vaguely remember the spider ones looking vaguely cute.
Yeah. Well, they try and keep it very Disney, don't they? So yeah, this is Castle of Illusion. So I think this holds up really well actually. Like it still plays really nice. Controls are really good. It's not like as advanced graphically as obviously the things get later on in the Mega Drive lives. At the moment, like I think the parallax scrolling backgrounds essentially extend to one layer at the moment. So actually no, this is one of the few where it changes a bit. As you can see, it's sort of warping and it looks like it's.
So when did World of Illusion come out then?
I think World of Illusion was 92, maybe 2 years after this, and there's definitely a couple of Illusion games that come in between on the Master System. So there is a Castle of Illusion on Master System as well, which is themed similarly, but it's actually a very different game. Like the layouts are very different, and the Illusion games on Master System, you can attack by picking up objects instead of like just collecting items.
So very Mario 2-ish.
No, actually, almost identical. That's a really good comparison, actually. So yeah, you pick up like chests and stuff, and you can break the chest open, and then there'll be health items in them. So there's a little bit more to it, and the stages are a little bit more sort of, I want to say, Castlevania-y in that like they're bigger and they've got like multiple screens where you can scroll off and stuff. They basically thought instead of just like a straight port or trying to do it as authentic to the original as possible, they made something a little bit different, which I respect. That's a nice way of doing things. If you're a fan of the game, you get another different game to play in a similar style. So, right,
that is one creepy tree.
This boss is just Kirby, the face comes out of the tree instead of attacking.
I am utterly surprised at how many like bosses there are with creepy trees.
Yeah,
in games.
It seems to be like the mould, isn't it?
In the anthropomorphic world.
Yeah, totally. Oh, right, so that should be that now, I think. There we go. And that's the first gem. So yeah, things do get a little bit more difficult, but it's not as... The thing with this game is that it's not really that difficult. It's more the layouts just get a little bit more, platformy and stuff, and you just have to judge it a little bit better. But otherwise, it's like there's no new gimmicks introduced throughout the entire game. Like there's no like weird shooter stage or something like that. Like you get some.
No, obviously. Here's a question for you though.
Yeah.
So obviously, Epic Mickey became a thing.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I haven't played that.
Neither have I actually.
But do you think that if Kingdom Hearts didn't exist, that Epic Mickey would have been similar to what Kingdom Hearts was, where you visit the Disney worlds?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, because like I think from what I can gather with that game in particular is that it was made by Warren Spector, I think it was the guy's name, who's very famous for like the DSX games of all things.
Right.
So he's obviously quite an imaginative guy, and I think they gave him sort of free rein to do like what he wanted to do with it. So it's essentially his
This
vision.
is Epic Mickey we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, it's essentially his vision, like for a Disney game or a Mickey game, and I don't think there was too much interference from outside. From what I can remember as well, I think the only thing that sort of Disney said to him like he has to do was they developed like this engine so that Mickey's ears are always at the front. Like you can see now, you've got the three balls essentially, which is the iconic sort of Mickey look. So despite the fact that he'll turn around, like his ears will be always on the side like that, which makes absolutely no sense because that sort of means that his ear is like on the back of his head. But they always have to sort of keep that look.
It's the
because
brand
it's their
thing,
trademark
isn't it?
essentially. Yeah. And I think if I remember correctly, that's the only thing that he was like told he had to do. So yeah, I'm not too sure he would have gone like with the going into different Disney World sort of thing, because I mean that's been done before as well, because like Mickey Mania has this whole thing where the stages are all themed around a specific Mickey cartoon. So there's like the first one's Steamboat Willie, then you get Mad Doctor and stuff, which is very similar in what I think you're
Which
describing.
is what Epic Mickey 2 does, isn't it? Like Epic Mickey 2 is pretty much a celebration of the history thing.
I think it's still sort of like this weird like world that sort of exists in its own place, but like there's lots of cameos and stuff from different characters that have appeared in certain things. Because like they bring back what's his face? Like it's like a really early Mickey design, but it's not Mickey.
Yeah, it's the Steamboat Willie design.
Oswald. That's
yeah,
it. Yeah. Because he comes back and stuff, and he hasn't appeared in any like Disney stuff since his original appearance, from what I can remember. So yeah, so it's one of those things. I've always kind of wanted to play it just out of curiosity, and there's also like what is supposedly a continuation of the Illusion series on 3DS. So,
yes, I did hear about this.
Yeah. So it's Power of Illusion, if I remember correctly, and it was released in conjunction with Epic Mickey 2. I played the demo, and I've got to say I wasn't particularly impressed. I mean, I've just said like this game's quite a nice little slow sort of jaunt, but like that one is really slow. Like I played the demo, and like this is like impeding my progress. Like this is it's really. I don't know why they've gone for that. I think they've tried to match the pace of the original game, but at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's responsive enough to have that sort of design choice. It's a bit strange, I've got to say. But I'd like to play a little bit more of it, just in case like the demo is not a very good
representation
of the game. Yeah.
Could be an early build or something stuff like that.
Well, I don't think it's that so much. I think it's more like because it's the first stage of the game, like.
Yeah, but that's what's meant to grip you into a game. Like,
yeah, I agree to some extent, but at the same time, like games do their pacing changes as things go on. So I'd like to give it benefit of the doubt and think that maybe it gets a little bit more, I don't know, interesting as things go on. But I don't know because I haven't played.
I'm just trying to think of games at the moment where the first level has been good, but it's not been the main component of. What you remember?
Like I mean,
what you remember about the game?
Yeah.
Like it's not the first thing. Like if you say Sonic the Hedgehog, the first thing that grips your memory is Green Hill.
Yeah. But I think that changes as the series goes on. I'd say like Chemical Plant is one of my favourites from 2, and that's not the first stage.
I'd say that's a valid argument.
Yeah. But I mean, archetypally, yes, the first like Sonic stage is very much the one one that grabs you.